Welcome to Love Them Knives. Time for a little TwoSun TS124 action, Wong design, and there's nothing Wong about it. I love the Wong designs. Yes, I do. There's a lot of them out there. The TS81, the TS107, the 124, the 121, the 123, and on and on. It just keeps getting better. This is the green girl, so this was a variant of the TS124. This came out first, and it's beautiful. I love it. It's really nice. This is not that hydraulic because I think I got this tightened up a little bit, but it's centered. There's no blade play or lock rock on it. I had taken the pivot off because I'd taken the old bullet type pivot screw out of there. It wasn't going flush, so I just decided to forget it. Maybe I'll find another knife that'll fit. I like this though. It was always interesting. I thought, what is this? What is this hump for? What's that all about? And, well, I guess I figured it out. Very strange. And they had the purple, so they called it purple girl, and then the green, they called it green girl. But the thing is, it's a great knife, design, period, and this one was way less expensive than this one. I picked the green girl up for like $54. Nobody wanted to bid on it. They must have been a bunch of married guys, and their wife wasn't like, excuse me? You got a fuller on here, sheep's foot type blade, and this is 12C27 Sandvik steel. So you're going, okay, this is not their run-of-the-mill D2 stuff that they're doing all the time. You know, like this one. These are all D2, night morning design. You know, I'll put a list of all the knife designers that I'm aware of for TwoSun in the description section, that kind of thing. It's kind of fascinating. That list keeps expanding and expanding, doing great work. They really are. Very interesting designers. Yeah. And these have KVT, ceramic bearings, they're nice. It's just hard to believe that I'm getting a full titanium knife with this is not D2, but almost all the rest of them are. And with, at 50 to 60, $70. That's just pretty inexpensive. This one's got jimping on the flipper tab. The design is great. It flows. Snaps right out. The detent on these knives, not all that strong. Can I feel it? Yeah, I can feel it. Okay. So it's not what I'd call a real snappy flipper. It goes out quite a ways before, but it's pretty easy to open with a lazy flip. But I would probably rate it at, between 1 and 10, 10 being the strongest possible detent. The range I've rated knives at is about 3 to 7, 3 being the weakest one I've had on my channel, 7 being the strongest. I'd say this is about a 4.7 on the detent scale. So no, it's not a real intense detent on here. And this is the only way you're going to be able to open the knife. This doesn't have any cutaways on it or anything where you can finger flick it. It doesn't have any thumb studs, so this is it. So they could have probably done a little bit more to strengthen the detent on these particular ones if you really have no optional opening, and they don't. Titanium mill pocket clip, titanium backspacer. They're anodized, obviously. The early TwoSun knives, just silver knife in a box, and the boxes haven't changed much. Couple of things. TwoSun. I think on some of the future ones that are coming out, they're going to put the logo somewhere else on the knife, less conspicuous. So they're actually going to put maybe a model number on them too. Or that's what I've seen or heard talked about. So heads up on that. It's great because this is the way. This is the way I've got them mixed. But this is the way I've got mine done. And, you know, I try and put information on them to tell me what's going on with this specific knife. If I want to pull them by designer, if I want to pull them by blade steel, that kind of thing. Or if they're G10, I'll put that on the box and just write it on. I probably need to get myself a little label maker and change that up. This is really a great ergo knife. It's comfortable in the hand. Of course, the pocket clip is a pocket clip and it's going to be there, and you know, you're going to feel it after a while on any knife. It's just a way of the world. But no, it doesn't seem to be annoying or a specific hot spot per se. Let's get a piece of paper. And talking about this, oh, hold on. I'm gonna tell you something here. Wow, this one's really, really sharp. This one's really sharp. TwoSun, just with all these new designers, wow, that's incredibly sharp too. They are making some really awesome designs. I'm excited about them. I don't know about you, and I'll give you the link to that TwoSun fan, Facebook, TwoSun fans Facebook page. They're very active, and wow, there's a lot going on there. Really not so much with the TwoSun Knives Facebook page, but the fans Facebook page. And then, of course, Instagram. Check them out on Instagram, TwoSun Knives there. I'll give you the link to that. How much does it weigh? Let's check it out before we get too deep into this. There's a lot to talk about. I want to talk about the cutting performance here in a minute. 137.3 grams. And 4.8 ounces. So not that terribly heavy. Ooh, 5.31. Dang. Well, that's amazing. Well, they didn't skeletonize here. I wonder if they weight relieved in here. No? Wow. Interesting that it should vary so much. This is contoured titanium. This is flat, probably just so they could do this. That may be the difference right there. They may take more off with the contouring because then the edges are a bit thinner and they've taken more material off. That's the only thing I can think of. They didn't weight relieve on the insides. And they don't really need to at 4.8. 5.3 is getting kind of chunky, although these are not small knives. And let me measure it up first. Just pull the tape on it. You know, almost 4 inches. You're doing 3 3/4 cutting edge all day long. So you've got 97, 98 to maybe 100 millimeters. Overall, it's over 8.5. You know, 8, not quite 3/4, 8 5/8. So 8.65 inches overall and 21.5, not quite 22 centimeters. How fat is it in the hand? Just quickies here. 0.53 or 52, and then 0.16. And don't got to get on the fattest part here. Yeah, it's a 4 millimeter blade stock. This one, is that going to be 0.53? Blade stock will be the same. 0.55. Yeah, so this is a little fatter here than the other. Flip this over. You can see the back side while I show you the front side. Back spacer. Nothing fancy going on with the back spacer, but hey, these are not $150 to $200 knives. There's your stop. You know, you can see how you kind of wrap around your blade stop there. Yeah, very sharp. So let me throw this at you. This will blow your minds, my friend. So, Outpost 76. Check his YouTube channel. I'm going to give you 3 links, 3 different YouTube channels, okay? Outpost 76, which I cut off. Man, I'm sorry about that, dude. Super Steel Steve. Don't say that 5 times real quick. And Tom Hosang Outdoors. They're doing some cut tests, and so they put together a spreadsheet. Looks like Blade Banner did this one for him. He might have. So Blade Banner, Tom, Steve, and Outpost, all those 4. Go check their channels out. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Just give them a boost. Give them a boost. They're doing a lot of work here. This is funny. Check this. Because Kurt, our tester guy, sent the TS124, not these, but there was another one. He sent over to Outpost, and he did cut tests. So 12C27, here's his cut test. This is, and up here, well, at the top it will say length of cutting. So it's funny because you'll look at the copper matrix in D2. Look at that, 94 foot. That's the best they could do cutting length. Look at this one. Look at the one we're looking at, 226.6 feet, the TwoSun TS124 with 12C27. Outcut the D2 TwoSun that they said was nameless. I don't know what that was, but you know, here's the Wasp, the Manly Wasp. Also, they only did 1 round with it, but 180, that's impressive. Look at this, that's 4V. Spyderco, that rocked it. But look at a lot of this. Look at this, the 204p, the Domino in CTS 204p. It outperformed that. Yeah, it blew away Spyderco VG10. The Ganzo Firebird in D2, it got better up to 129, but it was interesting. And the Rat. Look at the OS 8 Rat and the D2 Rat. Look at OS 8 beat D2. Everybody's like, oh, I want a D2. Oh, yeah. No. Maybe not. Maybe not. So check this out. I'll give you the link to that spreadsheet. I'm sorry I took so much of your time pointing that in front of the camera, but it's fascinating, isn't it? Because people are going, 12C27. I remember when Best Tech came out with at the very beginning of 2018, and they were a little spooked by the D2 they were getting. There was a couple of reports that it was kind of chippy or something, so they flipped to 12C27, and guess what? People just absolutely refused to buy them. So they went back to D2, and I think they found a better supplier, etc. But maybe 12C27, you know, that's the thing that these 3 guys that are doing these tests, these cutting tests, they're rewriting the book of what everybody believes just because somebody said some kind of shit, you know? And it's, oh, well, we got to have this kind of steel. We got to have that kind of steel. Oh, really? Really? Yeah. The one thing they've left out of there, and they do have a section on that sheet. There's a whole lot of different sections where they do have some Rockwell information on them, because that's kind of what you're going, well, what was the heat treat like on that D2 that didn't do well? You know? So I want D2 at the right Rockwell against 12C27 at the right Rockwell. So I don't know that we've got that yet, but they are working ever so diligently unraveling the mysteries of these steels. So check them out. Big knives then, right? These are big size knives. And, you know, so is his TS107, his TS81, which got the bone inserts in the handle. And I'm not going to drag all those knives in because they're all over the place. I couldn't get the camera backed up enough. So we're going to focus on these. And this is pretty much all I've got to show you. I'll pretty much kick out and let you go. Satin, grind, good ergos. Not real strong D10, I guess, if you wanted to really, you know, find your bitch and moan zone, it would be maybe with the D10. But nah, pretty much a lazy flip will get them open. And yet I couldn't gravity flip it, probably because, oh, I can now, real easy. If you get your finger off of here, so the way I was doing that, I just did that was like this, because I have to get my thumb away from that. But yeah, so that's fairly easy. That's why it's a 4.7, 4.6, somewhere in there. That's pretty easy gravity flip. But I was trying to do it like this, and the problem is my fingers were right there. So yes, that will make a difference in the deployment. Okay, yeah, this is a little stronger D10, a little stronger. But nice, centered, no blade play, no lock rock. Beautiful knives, don't you think? Check out the Facebook group. They just keep coming with new, more modern. I mean, it used to be flat, now they're contoured, now they're doing G10 models. They're doing all kinds of stuff with D2. So these can be really affordable. You could pick one of these up for maybe as little as 35 to 40 bucks. D2, G10, D2's been heat treated perfectly. Check, I will give you the link to our actual heat treat results. There's a spreadsheet there, and we have probably about 6 or 7 TwoSun knives. We'll have more, maybe 8 or 9, I can't remember right now. But you can look at them. So what was their D2 like? What was their 12C27? This and this. And it gets updated all the time. So go back to that link. It's a read-only spreadsheet, but go back to that link periodically, because there's more and more knives being tested all the time, every day, every week. So that will build over time. And I'll let you go. Yes, I like my Wong Designs Night Mornings kicking butt. And they got Tepe. I mean, Casey did something. Vitesse, just storm knives. You know, just a bunch of them. And I'm going to put their names down below, because they really need the recognition. They deserve the recognition for doing the stuff that they're doing. Take care. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.